Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Double9Radio, it's FEL show. It's 2022, the new year. It's 12:01. Wow. Excited to be back on the radio. Excited to have an amazing guest with me this evening. She's amazing. She's wonderful. I'm sure. We're already getting calls about her. Like, they want to know. They want to speak to her already. I know. I was excited as well when she confirmed that she will be coming on the show as well. I was way excited that, wow, I'm going to be speaking to her as well. I've had to go back to school, maybe readdress my skills and make sure it's up to date as well. But without further ado, I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to bring her on. Good evening and welcome to Double9Radio.
Yo, how you doing?
Oh my God. Energy. I love it. I am doing well. I am doing wonderful. I'm super excited, super duper on the show. But I'm sure, you know what, I really like to confirm, because some people think, okay, maybe he's going to get an imposter. Maybe he's going to get someone who's not really that. The fake person. Who do we have on the show this amazing evening? Can you just tell us?
It's the weird MC.
The one and only. The one and only. The one and only Weird MC, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, it's the one, the legend, coming through live on our radio this amazing evening. A big thank you for joining us this evening. I'm super duper excited to have you on this show today. Again, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just, getting ready for the new year, working on music, working on some new stuff. Just looking forward to 2022, really. I can't wait. I can't wait to just, unravel, unpeel, and,
Fantastic.
That's what I'm doing, really.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen.
Really just kick off the year with this. It's beautiful. It's awesome.
Amazing. Possibly, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be getting some exclusive insight into that exciting year coming up as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we have the amazing Weird MC on the show this evening. The legend. Listen, she's a legend. I don't care anyone saying anything else. She's a legend. She started the rap game, the female rap game, back in Nigeria then, and took it globally as well. She was being played on Choice FM in London as well back in the day. So you know what? She's been doing it for time as well. You know what? I must say thank you for representing, Nigeria in a very positive way back in the day. Then I think it was quite amazing.
Thank you so much. It's really, really amazing. The seeds we planted. And just to see this harvest that's going on right now is just so amazing. It's so amazing. And then being called back in to do stuff as well, it's amazing. So we're cooking some new jams, and I look forward to it. It's just amazing what's happening right now. All eyes are on us, all ears just, listening out for us. So it's been a long time coming, so it's about time too. And
it is.
Like I said, it's mind blowing. It's absolutely amazing. I never ever knew that we could get to this point, but we thank God. To God be the glory.
Amen.
Honestly.
Amen to that. Okay, people have seen you play, seen you rap, seen you on videos, music videos, probably seen you perform live as well. But I'm sure they've always wondered, who is Weird MC? If that question, who's Weird MC? What would you say to that question?
I'll say Weird MC is this this unconventional, unorthodox brand. Weird MC, there's a part of Weird MC in Shola, there's a part of Shola in Weird MC, mad energy on stage, just against the grain, no holds barred, just hits the stage and I do it. I'm just constantly looking for sounds, syncopations that don't fit into the box.
Yeah.
One artist that refuses to be put in a box. If you try to put me in a box, you have to break the seal over and over and over again. You can't say, is she hip hop, is she pop, is she this, is she that? I just churn out music, really.
Amazing.
I just do my gifts, to the best of my ability.
Amazing. I mean, you know what? I would agree with that, because even your performance and the way you dressed, when you're performing, it was something new. It was something fresh. It was something like no one had ever seen before. And you carried it like really well. Do you know what I mean? And people just, accepted it and adopted it as well. And you've, kept that going as well. I mean, you mentioned your name, you said Shola. I'm sure people, we have a call already. Again, people are so into it today. Okay, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Yes, you're live on air. You can say your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good evening. This is Sholakwe Adeyebi calling from Nigeria.
Hello, Shalakwe
Hey,
Adeyemi.
yo,
Yes.
what's happening now? Kilo Shele, how you doing?
I want to say hello to Weird MC.
She can hear you. She can hear you.
I can hear
Weird
you.
MC, I'm a great admirer of your works. Allen Avenue, Hollywood. Then
What?
Ijoya. I just love the way you sing. I love the way you dance. I think you're a pretty awesome person. And I wish you all the very best in all your endeavors as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Same to you, sis. Happy New Year. Thanks for calling in. You could have been someplace else, but you decided to join us. I really, really appreciate this. I do. God bless you. Have a wonderful New Year.
Amazing. Thank you, Shalakwe. I mean, I think you guys got the same name there, isn't it? You know, you guys got the same name. I think our name is Shola as well. Wow. Two Sholas.
Amazing.
Two Sholas. I know. Two Sholas on the line. I mean, what are the odds? I think it's going to be a great year on Double9Radio as well. Okay, so I was asking about your name there. So your name, you know, the real name is Shola, right? Correct.
Yeah, Shola. Yeah.
Okay.
Adeshola.
Adeshola.
Adeshola means a crown that attracts riches.
Oh my gosh, I have you on the show. I'm going to be rich. Amazing. I have attracted riches. This amazing evening. Thank you for that. That's wonderful. I mean, that's a lovely name. So, I mean, Weird MC, you know, where did that name come from? What inspired that name?
I used to be part of a group called the Weirdos, to be honest with you. And then we were like performing for a couple of years, and then I decided to go solo. And I just kind of figured I wanted to have something that's really, really unique and really, really different. So I said Weird MC. And it's just amazing that now that I'm also a Christian, it turns out that one day when I was reading the word, I saw that word, we're a peculiar nation. And I could see that the another acronym for Weird MC, another like synonym for Weird MC is peculiar, unique, different.
Yeah.
It was like a prophetic name, you know. So Weird MC, and it worked because it turned heads. People were like, "Oh, Weird MC, Weird MC."
Yes.
So unique. So I noticed that it grabbed people's attention immediately, you know. So and it's worked. It's worked.
It is. Know. I mean, it is. I mean, till now, there's nowhere in the world that you would mention Weird MC and people would not turn heads and say, "Who's that? Oh, I know what that is." You know what I mean? It's such a name that actually stands out of the crowd, which is quite amazing as well. Okay, so I mean, you mentioned about the group, the group where it started out, Weirdos. I mean, talk us through that. You know, how did it all start? You know, how did it, you know, what was that inspiration behind you getting into music? I mean, let's start from the girl group. You know, how did that start? Did you guys just think, okay, you know what, I can sing and can rap, we're coming together? How did it all start up?
Basically, I used to watch something called the Panorama program on NTV Channel 5.
Right.
It's a major television in Nigeria. And I would just understudy people like Salt and Pepper, Kumo D, Woldini, and I would just do my raps, right? And I started to write my own lyrics. And then I went to the university, and I bumped into some girls as well, and some other boys. They could rap, some could sing, some could dance. And then one day I'm just like, yo, let's come together, let's do something, let's form a group. And we started a group, but then we were a mixture of, you know, male and female. And then somewhere along the line, we sort of like readapted, rebranded, and then we became this all-female group, you know. And our influences were like Cameo, Lakeside, 5 Star, and we would do songs by those people, but we would sort of like personalize them, put raps in it, go and do the dancing. We were doing a lot of shows on the university circuit, the polytechnic circuit. We were everywhere. We started to get media attention.
Wow.
I was like, wow, this is amazing, you know. It was just, that was how I basically started to hone my craft, you know. And then at a point in time, I went solo, and then I came to the United Kingdom, and I started to understudy more artists. I started to understudy, you know, Bobby Brown, New Edition, people like that.
Amazing.
And Money Love, Queen Latifah, MC Light, and I went and I was just doing my thing solo here, you know, on the underground circuit to start. Along the line, I met Guy, I met Aaliyah.
Wow.
I met Owen Hall. It's just amazing. Yeah, we were doing shows. These guys would come and watch us. And then I remember my first B-side single, Wanna Make You Jack, Let's Get Wet. That was on a UK swing compilation with some other artists, rhythm and bass, MC Juice,
man,
you know, Guy.
Wow.
I'm like, Guy, what? This is I mean, you're on stage, you're running around, and you can see Teddy Riley, Aaron Hall watching you. I'm like, wow.
Blimey, man. Wow.
Crazy, I'm telling you. And then I'm doing a show one day, the Jeans Carnival. And guess who was right behind me? The late Aliyah, And she
Wow.
walks up and she says, what part of New York are you from? I'm like, no, I'm Nigerian. We're Lagos. And she's like, what? You guys know about hip hop music? I'm like, yeah, we are. We are hip hop. So
Amazing.
it's just a good global man. And then one day MC Light had this show, I think last minute, her supporting acts pulled out. And they called me at 12 midnight and like, wait, MC, guess what? Are you sitting? Are you standing? I'm like, what? Guess what? I'm like, guess what? You've just secured an opening slot of MC Light at the Astoria in Charing Cross. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
And I jumped out of bed, called up my brother. We started to rehearse. We rehearsed till daybreak, and we just went and we just knocked it out and we killed it.
Amazing.
That was such an amazing experience. One of the female rappers that I admire, and here I am being a support act.
Amazing. Amazing. To a massive crowd as well. So, I mean, looking back, we could say, I mean, you've been doing this for time where, yes, we have the African artists or Afrobeat artists now, selling out the O2s and things like that. But we can look back and say, you know what? MC, where the MC, possibly later a path to this, kind of thing.
Amen. Yes, we worked. We worked. We sort of like
yes.
cleared the path. We removed the thorns, the bushes, everything. And it's amazing that now people are doing the O2, and we were even doing good venues then as well. We were doing, Bexley, we were doing the Barbican, we were doing the QEH, Queen Elizabeth Hall. We were doing, so it's just amazing. We're doing the Walmart festivals.
Wow.
So it's just amazing to see this happen, and now it's sort of like turning back. So and then, in my opinion, a door has opened once again.
It is.
To be a part of that, and just do almost like a Word MC 2.0 or Word MC 3.0. So
we're waiting. I mean, I want to take you a bit back now as well. We talk about the weirdos. A group of friends, got together. Then you kind of broke away and started doing your own thing. I mean, but what actually inspired you? What created that spark for yourself to actually go into music and think, you know what, I can do this? Because some people, could sing or could rap, but they have this maybe a doubt within themselves to actually take that next step. But what actually pushed you and propelled you to actually chase that dream?
I think, like I said, the Weirdos represented what I would call my training ground.
Right.
And I could see the response. I could see the response of the audience. I could see the way they were latching onto the words, the lyrics, the choreography, the energy on stage. And I'm like, I can do this, person. I can do this like properly, like professionally. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then coming down to the United Kingdom again, I continued to study and watch people. And then I took part in something called the Club 291 Club. That's almost like the UK version of the Apollo. That was in Mare Street in Hackney. And I took part in that. And I came third. Even though I came third, I could see that, the audience really, really resonated with me. And then we had DJ Elaine, all those people. And I'm like, wow, I can do this professionally. And then immediately after that experience, I put an advert in a hip hop connection. That's how I got together with my producer. And then we did the first B-side single called Wanna Make You Jack, Let's Get Wet. And that just took off on the UK Swing Big charts. The Voice magazine, they went in hard on that, supported us. Like I said, we started to do shows. We did black and white samplers, and people really, really loved the sound. And then I thought, wow, it's time to go. It's time to take this to Africa as well. And we continued to record. We continued to record. And by the time, before I knew what was happening, we had a full album. And coincidentally, some music consultants were in town here in the United Kingdom. They were actually scouting for new talent. So it was good timing. I had the material, and they were like, wow, we love this. And I think within a few days, they said, we want to sign you. And I said, okay, but I'm not going to sign a recording deal with you. I'm going to sign something called an LPD deal, a licensing, person and distribution deal.
Right.
Because I was already like studying behind the scenes stuff, so the business side, because I was also a musicians union member. So I do want to just put my masters in people's hands, and then they start to play games later when they sign you. Because in as much as I do the music, I pay attention to the behind the scenes. The business too is really, really important for you to take care of.
Yeah.
And I got signed, and then I had this single called Allen Avenue, where I sampled one of Fela Kuti's, classic songs, and boom, everything just took off. It just took off. That was the first attempt at merging Afrobeat elements and hip hop elements, and like I said, boom, it just took off beyond my wildest dreams. I'm like, wow.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, you mentioned something I think is quite important there about the business side of music, because I think a lot of artists, miss that part of music. They just focus on creating music, but not necessarily understand the business about music. That's where you have issues where people are talking about managers misrepresenting them or not paying them on time, kind of thing. I think it's quite important, to educate, the artists of now, because it is important. Would you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why I said coming in, I was very cautious. On someone's recommendation, immediately I became a musician's member. They would send out leaflets. Sometimes I would just go down to Stockwell, go to their office, pick up leaflets just to be educated, attend their conferences and stuff like that. I wanted to understand the business side of what I was getting into. I didn't want to be that ignorant. Points, royalties, merchandising, funding, what kind of percentages do you get when you sign to a recording label, or when you're doing the label on your own? What do you look out for? Do you go independent? Do you sign to a major? What are the advantages and disadvantages of doing that? So I always stayed on point. Getting your synchronization, your ISRC codes, your UPC codes, things like that. So important.
It is.
I'm just grateful to God that when I was coming up, I was in an environment where it was really structured. There was order, so we had resources.
Amazing.
And I think a lot of us take it for granted. And when they now blow up, they start to see that, oh wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Exactly.
I shot myself in the foot. And so yeah.
Wow.
So that's why you find the Nellies of this world. They love their freedom. They love. I mean, look at what happened to Prince years ago.
Oh, no.
He decided to call it slave. So I could relate.
Amazing.
It's so important. Don't just stay rooted to what goes on up front.
Educate yourself. Yes.
Take what goes on behind the scenes. It's so important.
Amazing.
So, especially now. Okay, they're doing streaming. What's coming to me? What platforms? Because the streaming income, a lot of people are complaining that it's not a lot. So you've got to pay attention to that. Who's getting what when you go on stage? Your synchronization fees, your performance royalties, your broadcast royalties. Join the necessary collecting societies, the PRSs, the MCPS. Is it BMI? Is it SESA?
Wow.
Where are you? All those things are really, really, really important. Really, 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 really important.
Amazing. I mean, what is music to you? If putting that question to you, what does music mean to you, Weird MC?
Music to me is sound agreeable to the human ear. Music is a form of expression. It's a tool. It's a tool of ministry. It's a gift. It's a talent, and it has to be properly cultivated so that we will find it rewarding as well. And it's also a way to reach people, to bless people, to minister to people, because when people listen to you, they're not just listening with their outer ears, they're listening as well with their inner ears. So it's really, really important as well what you're saying. What are you saying? Who are you saying it to? How are you saying? What are your themes? What are your messages? That's why I say to artists a lot these days, be careful of all the cussing, the cuss words. Kids are listening, children are listening, the parents are listening. I try as much as possible to put out stuff that is also family friendly, kiddie friendly, and stuff that will edify the hearer, that will impart grace to the hearer.
Amazing.
And being a Christian as well, that's really important to me. That's my responsibility as a creative, to put out stuff that wouldn't pollute people's souls. That's really important to me.
Amazing. Okay, I'm really excited because you mentioned Allen Avenue. I want to hear that track, and I'm sure your fans want to hear it as well and have a memory of it as well. We have the caller, Shola as well. Her name was Shola, who mentioned that track. So I want to play a couple of those tracks as well for you to reminisce on this one. We shall be back on the other side with our amazing guest this evening. Weird MC. Trust me, you don't want to miss the other side of this one. It's going to be amazing. Stay locked on, stay locked in. It's your host, Double9, on Double9Radio.
I sincerely believe that as an artist, you could affect social engineering, because kids, the kids of today, they love creativity, they love sports, they love music, they love movies, they love films, they love everything. So what you say, and they're so impressionable, so they soak up and soak in everything that they hear. You literally are dictating culture, with the music, with the movies. So you have to take that into consideration when you're writing, when you're recording. It's because music is such a powerful tool. You never know where it's going to get to. You never know who's going to listen to it. So we should always bear that in mind. I think we don't really think about that just hit the studio and we just record.
Yeah,
Someone in Russia can be listening, someone in Ukraine. You just know at any end, especially now with what we have technology. You never know where your song is just gonna land on someone's phone or laptop. So we should bear that in mind.
Amazing.
We're such agents of change. We don't even know the power. The power in music is amazing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful gift.
Amazing. You're quite right. I mean, I love the response on that, and you're quite right as well. I mean, you've worked with amazing people within the Nigerian music industry and also in the UK. But I want to take it back home. Nigeria's home. We're Africa, Nigeria. I mean, looking at the music industry currently, do you think anything is lacking within that entertainment space presently?
I feel like we need more. I still feel like we need more structure. We still need more structure. Proper collecting bodies, royalty. I think we need some proper, maybe commercial publishing companies as well. And I also feel like sometimes I feel like the artists can do better in the department of expressing their art on stage. I'm somebody who's very, very big on stagecraft. I believe that the experience in the studio shouldn't be duplicated on stage. When you come on stage, it should be an experience. You should keep money for their money. When you call it a performance, I want to see a performance. So stagecraft is so important. If I'm going to sign an artist, I'm going to ensure that department is taken care of. How do you translate what you do in the studio on stage? How do you communicate with the audience? That is so important. Media training as well, the way you answer your questions when you go to radio, when you do TV, when you do online. Those things are really, really, really important. This is business. So the way you carry yourself matters.
I love it.
Especially, I've seen some things and I'm thinking, hey, you are bold. I wouldn't do that. Because people are paid money. So you've got to give them their money's worth when they come and see you on stage. So you have to come correct. Everything, your colors, your costumes, choreography or whatever, your setup, the stage plan, the way you arrange, every detail matters. Everything counts.
Amazing.
Only as an artist, that discipline has to come across when people come on stage. When they come to see you, they must leave with an impression. It must be an experience when they come and see you, on stage.
You're right. You're very right. Honestly, I think your wealth of experience, will be great. It is great, within the Afrobeat entertainment industry, and I think people should be listening, especially upcoming artists as well, because all they think about is just that making that hit and making the money. Really, they forget about the business side, forget about the stagecraft you mentioned as well, and other things that could be possible, like being an artist. You just want to one hit wonder, bang. Okay, I've done it now. And they forget it. They forget about the longevity and also leaving a legacy behind, which most people don't even care about these days. So I mean, looking at the crop of artists, within the Afrobeat, mainstream, or should I say, industry now, who would you say are your? I'm making it easy now. Now I'm putting you on the spot. But who would you say are your five favorite Afrobeat artists are present? So I gave you five. I didn't say one. So you have options.
Five. Woo! Definitely Burna Boy.
Okay.
I love his stagecraft. Definitely, I'll say Wizkid. I'll say Tiwa Savage. I'll say Yemi Alade. I'll definitely say Thames and the other girl. I've forgotten her name now. You can feel my vibe.
I Star.
I love her.
Amazing.
And in terms of producers, I love Legendary Beats so much.
Okay.
I love the legendary beats, yes.
Amazing. So, okay. I mean, that's great. Nice and easy. I didn't say one. I didn't say two, but, I gave you that option.
Five.
I gave you five as well. I think I was being fair there. But again, I mean, you mentioned legendary bits. I think, yes, he's an amazing producer as well. I mean, you've worked in the past with JJ Skills and Don Jazzy as well in the past, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, yes. The Joya track, I put a template together and I took it to them. I took it to JJC and Danjazi and I said, this is the vision. This is what I have in my head. And they were literally like excited already. And then we hit the studio to do Joya together. So, and that was such an amazing experience to
Amazing.
have both hands
I
on
know.
deck.
I know.
You know, that was like a baby to me, you know, and you know, the rest, as I say, is history.
It is. It is. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
earlier part of the show, you know, when we done the introduction, you mentioned, you know, some things are cooking, some things are brewing in the amazing Wet MC kitchen. Do you want to give us a bit of an
Yeah.
insight of what you expect?
Oh, it's just a mix, like a recipe, you know, of kingdom inspired material,
Amazing.
fusionism of, you know, just bringing futuristic sounds, outside the box sounds, and fusing it in with some African sounds as well. You know, I'm not just looking to do songs. I always look for a sound. You know,
Yeah.
that's what pushed the joy. I always look for a sound. I always look for that unique sound, that imprint. That, oh, what's that? That's the kind of reaction I want to get. Oh, what is that? What's that? You know, I don't want to sound like anybody else. I'm not saying that what I hear will not influence. It influences, but at the same time, I always have to stay 1-2 step ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and I think you do, because I mean, Weird MC, there's been nothing like you when you started off your craft, and I don't think there's anything like you as well. You still, you know, stand out there and lay the path for love. I gave confidence, I would say, to some female artists out there to say, you know what, she's doing it, I can do this as well. So I mean, what do you enjoy most about being an artist?
What do I enjoy most about what?
Being an artist.
The freedom to express, and the blessing to just see how people react to that, the way they respond. That's amazing, because you never know where the song is gonna go. You always have that inkling of this would do well, and then you start to see the reaction. It's amazing, you know, especially when I perform on stage. You know, that energy, that exchange, that communication, that love, that energy. It's priceless. You can't put it into words.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, you describe yourself as a minister and a culture shifter. I actually want to ask you, you know, what is a culture shifter? You know, what is that?
You know, whenever you put out stuff, you're putting in your quota. It's an opportunity for you to move the culture in a particular direction, which is why I'm saying we need to be careful. It could be negative and it could be positive. You know, somebody somewhere is listening to something, so you're shifting mindsets, you're shifting atmospheres, you're shifting, you know, beliefs. You know? Oh, can you do that? No, I can do that now. Why? Because I saw Williams doing it. So I believe I can. So you shifted, you influence somebody somewhere. So
Yeah.
That's why I say with culture, you know, an artist by default is also a culture shifter.
Amazing. Amazing. And you describe yourself as a minister as well, and you give us a bit of a insight into what's brewing as well, which is, you know, you going, you know, towards the gospel, you know, praising God, you know, through your voice and your craft, basically.
Absolutely, because the thing is, my gift doesn't belong to me; it was given to me.
Amazing.
So whatever I do, you know, however I do, I must to give Him glory at all times. Even just before coming onto this interview, I said, "Oh, I'm coming on to do this interview. Influence what I'm going to say, teach me what to say." So
Amazing.
every opportunity that we get, whatever is put in our hands, we should steward it. We should steward it excellently, in a way that will not grieve Him and bring Him glory.
Amen. Amen to that. I mean, if you could have a conversation with younger Weird MC, you know, back in the day, you had the opportunity to speak to the young Weird MC, what would that conversation be?
I would say it's not a bad thing to have a mentor. I'll say be a bit more patient, you know.
Yeah.
Because I was just energetic. I was just going bam, 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 bam. I wasn't even looking back at all. You know. So it's always sometimes it's good to have checks and balances.
Yeah.
Whatever you do it, yeah. So that's the advantage of just having that mentor. That's like a soundboard, someone that you can go back to.
Yeah, you're right. I agree to that one and that one. I mean, you know, we've given it a lot of. I mean, through the interview, you've given it almost like a lot of advice to, you know, upcoming artists. You know, sharing your experiences as well. I'm sure they can pick one or two things from that. But you know, advising any artist out there or anyone looking to go into the music business, what advice would you give them?
I would say be an original. don't try and be a copy. It's okay to be influenced, but just be you. Stand out. You have been uniquely created and uniquely gifted as well. So don't try to be someone else, and have real people around you. Have people around you who are really like down to earth, who are really disciplined, who are really like passionate about what you're doing. They're not just there because they want to be there. They are there because they are there.
Amazing.
That's really, really
amazing.
Yes,
They want to be there.
One, be prayerful. No matter what you do, be prayerful. Be prayerful.
Amazing. You couldn't have said it any better as well. Okay, on a final note, I mean, I've had such an amazing time with you on the show. I mean, I don't want you to go. I want to be talking to you all day, but I have to let you go at some point. But tell us a fun fact about yourself that no one knows, that, this is the first time you're ever saying it. I can check the facts as well. Let us know a fun fact exclusively live on Double9 Radio about Weird MC. What is that fun fact? Tell us.
I like to keep fit, basically.
Okay. She likes to keep fit as well. Okay, fantastic. That's amazing. That's amazing. It is a fun fact. Okay, she likes to keep fit.
And then there's one thing that I would love so much. When we see one another, we should see one another as the same.
Yeah.
We should look beyond color, fabric, feel, all that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
One another, so that we are the same. We are.
I love that. We're all the same. There's no need to be condescending or looking down at anyone. We're all the same. There's no racism. There's no color. I think you could have said any better. Weird MC. Oh my gosh.
We didn't have more phone calls.
Oh, we did. Okay. Oh, wait. I think we have some messages, some questions. My gosh, I almost forgot. They were probably gonna, throw me down under the bus or something. Sorry about that. You reminded me. Oh my gosh. Yes, we have some questions. We have a question from Kemi. Kemi says, "What keeps you going?"
What keeps me going? God, prayer.
Prayer.
That's what keeps me. Honestly,
nice and simple. Okay, we have another question that this person didn't put their name. That says, "What would you be doing right now if it wasn't for music?"
If it wasn't for music, it would be movies.
Oh, we have a call. Call it. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's Double9 Radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, we have. No, we're not having it. Okay, it's an accident call. Okay, we'll let that go. I think that one was an accident call. They just wanted to hear her voice. Anyway, so yes. If it was not music, what would you be doing right now? That's a question.
Yeah, I said movie or business.
Oh wow, movies.
Yeah, and I like to. Yeah. I even had like a brief appearance in a movie which was produced here in the United Kingdom like some months ago. And definitely, I love conceptualization. I like to come up with ideas, so I do concepts and I do proposals, stuff like that.
Amazing.
And I definitely would love to do consultancy in the sports arena because I love football, I love basketball.
Okay, fantastic. I've got a question from Tammy. Tammy says, when should we expect to see you performing at a concert?
Call me out, I'm ready.
She said,
I'm ready.
She is ready.
Tell your promoters.
Okay.
Weird MC on. Yeah.
Okay. The final question on this one. This is Tola as well. Tola says, "What's the most trouble you've ever gotten into?" There's people, man. Where they get these questions from? Sorry.
It has to be my dad because I play football, and that day I thought that he had gone out and he had gone far away, so I just went to the field and did 5-a-side footy with the boys, and I started to come back home and I realized that he was actually at home. I saw his car.
Oh.
So I thought, my goodness.
Blimey.
And he was sitting outside. So I went to the other house, climbed through the back, and then climbed back into the compound from the back.
Yikes.
To get into the house. That's what I had to do. But he already knew I wasn't in the house anyway, so I had to answer.
Wow, amazing. Okay, we just had one comment as well. This is James. James says, if you could change anything about the entertainment industry, what would it be?
I would remove politics.
Ooh, politics.
Yeah, I would remove politics. It's very political.
Amazing. Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I asked all your questions. We had a call. You didn't call back. Maybe you just accidentally call us. Or just wanted to hear Weird MC's voice, not my voice. I don't know what you're trying to say. But anyway, but it's wonderful to have Weird MC on the show this evening. I've had such a great time on the show. I mean, I can't wait, to have you back. Maybe when you do, let us know more about what's brewing out there, and when you do release it as well, we will definitely have you back gladly on the show. It's been amazing. It's been wonderful. What do you have to say to your fans just before we say good night, good morning, good afternoon to you?
I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much for your support throughout the years. I don't take it for granted. I love you guys. I really love you, love you, love you. And also, I do something on Instagram every Thursdays. It's called the Gatekeeper Series. It takes place 8 p.m. on Thursdays, UK time, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. I also do something called the Breaking Bread Series on Saturdays, and that's 4 p.m. UK time.
Amazing. So make sure you follow on Instagram as well. That's official Weird MC on Instagram. Yeah. You can't miss it. Or go over to Double9 Radio's Instagram page and click on today's flyer, and you shall find the handle on there. As well, make sure you give her a follow because she's coming with a bang. It's 2022. You heard it here first. She's got something brewing, something amazing, something wonderful. Trust me, you want to keep up to date with her as well. Weird MC, it's been amazing to have you on the show this evening. I've had such a great time, and I can't wait to have you back. A big thank you again for coming on the show. Amazing, Weird MC, the legend, on the show this evening on FEL's show. It's been wonderful. I'm sure we'll be hearing from you soon.